Assalamu alaikum. So today we are going to study about cholera. What is cholera? Cholera is a disease which is caused by the pathogen's name is Vibrio cholera. Vibrio cholera is a bacteria, and what is the shape of the Vibrio cholera? It is comma-shaped bacterium, and it has flagella. So this is the shape of the Vibrio cholera. It's comma-shaped bacteria and it has flagellum. It is comma-shaped bacteria and it has flagellum. Fine, flagellum should be drawn with double line. Now, transmission. Large number of Vibrio cholera is found in the feces of infected people. An infected person handles food or cooking utensils without washing hands after washing feces, or through treatment of crops with untreated sewage. If we treat the crops with untreated sewage which is contaminated with Vibrio cholera. One more thing, how we should write the name of the biological name of any species. This is V. cholera. V is generic name, that is genus name. Vibrio is genus name, and then cholera, it should be written with a small letter. Okay, the Vibrio cholera V should be written Vibrio's V should be written with capital V, and cholera should be written with a small letter. Clear? And then when the uninfected person eats contaminated food, water, then it is transmitted. Or sewage contaminated with Vibrio cholera is dumped into river and water and is not cleaned with chlorine before it is supplied to houses for drinking. Now, how it is transmitted in the human body? How? So at first, the bacteria will gain entry through the mouth, or of course through the mouth it will gain entry, then after passing through the esophagus, if it will able to survive the stomach acid and gain entry in the small intestine, then the site of action of Vibrio cholera is small intestine. Here it will exhibit its action. Now in the small intestine, it releases a toxin whose name is choleragen. Now let's suppose if this is a toxin, it is released by choleragen. Then we know that the wall of the small intestine is made up of epithelial cells. This is an epithelial cell which contains numerous microvilli. Now, these microvilli, it contains receptor protein. Fine. So these choleragen, it binds with the these choleragen, this is a receptor protein which is lying on the wall of the small intestine. So these choleragen will bind to the So this is a receptor protein, and these choleragen will bind to the receptor protein, and then they will penetrate inside the cell through endocytosis. Through endocytosis will penetrate inside the epithelial cell. Once it penetrates inside the epithelial cell by endocytosis, it causes the opening of the chloride ion channel. Fine. It causes the opening of the chloride ion channel through cell signaling. Fine. So the chloride ion channel will get open, due to which the chloride ion will diffuse out of the epithelial cells into the lumen of the small intestine. Fine. The sodium, and when the chloride ion will move out of the epithelial cell into the lumen of the small intestine, the sodium and potassium ion also follows the chloride ion. Now, when the chloride ion will move, look at this diagram. When the chloride ion will move out of the epithelial cell into the lumen of the small intestine, then the water potential of the chloride, then the water potential of the epithelial cell will increase. What happened to the water potential of the epithelial cell? It will increase, due to which the epithelial cell will lose large amount of water along with chloride ion, potassium ion and sodium ion. This causes dehydration, or this causes diarrhea. Fine. Okay, so this is what happened in cholera. Okay, so loss of water causes severe diarrhea and dehydration. Now, what are the symptoms of cholera? Diarrhea, severe dehydration, loss of water and salts, weakness and fatigue, low blood pressure, weight loss, and vomiting. Diagnosis, microscopic analysis of feces. And what is the treatment? Oral rehydration solution that has glucose, mineral ions such as sodium, potassium, chloride, and water. Now, an intravenous fluid, for example, if the person is not able to take it orally, and if that person has lost so much amount of water, then the IV fluid will be taken. Fine, containing, and this fluid also containing glucose, mineral ions given when a person can't take the fluid orally. They are injected directly in the blood and do not need to be absorbed. Fine. Ensure that fluid intake is equal to fluid loss in urine and feces. Maintain osmotic balance of blood and tissue fluid. Almost all treated patients survive. In case of severe infection, antibiotic is given. Prevention, proper sewage treatment to break transmission cycle. Chlorine water to kill bacteria before drinking. Drink bottled water. Vaccination only offers short-term protection and it is no longer recommended. What is the global distribution? It is also the part of your syllabus. Endemic in developing countries, East Africa, Afghanistan, Latin America, and part of Asia. Outbreak also follows natural disaster. For example, cholera epidemic during 2010 earthquake in Haiti and 2014 to 2016 outbreak in Yemen. Due to the absence of proper sanitation, no treatment of fecal wastes, water supply contaminated, poor hygiene and poor living condition, lack of education about transmission. Clear? Now, as far as O level is concerned, in O levels, no need to you don't need to about you don't need to know about the collagen. Fine. Just know that the bacteria will penetrate inside the epithelial cell, and once it penetrates inside the epithelial cell, then what happen? The chloride ion will move out of the epithelial cell along with the potassium and sodium ion, and due to which the water potential of the epithelial cell will increase, which causes the loss of lot of water plus the mineral ions, due to which it causes diarrhea. That's it. Okay, thank you.